Yo, what's going on, my good people? It's DJ Danny Ocean, one of the hosts of 3NT Wrestling. I don't do this thing alone, though. I got to introduce the guys. Broskies. Von Casey is in the building, along with my man Malik Wilson. Y'all see Malik all the time on the NXT and SmackDown recap shows. But yeah, Dirt Sheet, we've been wanting to do this for quite a while as it is. We're finally doing it. 3NT Wrestling Podcast, if you're unfamiliar. Like I said, I'm DJ Danny Ocean. I am a DJ. Obviously, that's why they call me DJ Danny Ocean, I guess.
You got it. You did it. You got it.
I'm a DJ for URLTV.tv if you watch battle rap and all that good stuff. I'm on the radio, 101.9 Kiss FM out here in Eastern North Carolina. Huge wrestling fan, been a wrestling fan since I was a kid, obviously. Come on. And yeah, I said it's time to start talking our wrestling shit to the world. And like I said, I don't do it alone, man. I got the bros with me. Fellas, tell the people who y'all are.
Go ahead, Von. Ain't no me by now.
All right. Well, I'm Von Casey. You might recognize me sneaking out backside of your auntie's bedroom.
Hey, yo,
you know that man you seen.
Hey, yo, that's crazy.
It is your auntie's favorite voice. I'm also on radio. I'm on 101.9 Kiss FM. I'm on weekends. I'm a writer. You see me in Essence, Teen Vogue, Salon, wherever there are words. So yeah, fuck with me, man. Yeah, also been a wrestling fan since I was a kid.
Which was like 2 years ago.
That's crazy. My bad. I didn't get to watch Bruno San Martino hold the belt forever.
Not Bruno, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they said back in my day.
Come on, man. I'm not that goddamn old, man. But yeah, Malik, talk your shit, my boy. Remind these folks who you are, my boy.
Man, y'all already know who it is. It's Matthew Malik Wilson on my show, man. What's up, y'all? I'm happy to have y'all with me in Dirt Sheet Radio. Danny's been popping in here and there. Glad to have Von there. Y'all see me on Tuesdays, NXT recap, Fridays, SmackDown recap. But now I'm home here, man.
Yes, sir.
Salute to have my boys here, man. Let's tear this. I don't want to curse.
So
let's tear this shit up. Let's
do
it.
Yeah. Look, I'm basically, essentially, for those, again, if you're new to 3NT Wrestling or not, we're fairly new. We just started back in December. Our very first episode of this show was an interview with Adam fucking Copeland. If that's major. We've done interviews with Daniel Garcia. We've done interviews with Mega Ran, Kaz, former WWE writer. Yeah, we've done some pretty dope stuff so far. And the coolest thing that I get to do is actually do this here in Dirt Sheet Radio. I'm really excited about this. I've been following DSR for years, bro. Years. So to be a part of the whole thing now is amazing. It feels good. So shout out to Johnny Dirt Sheet. I appreciate you, my good brother. But yeah, this is wrestling talk from kind of a urban standpoint. Let's just say that. Let's keep it politically correct for a minute.
That's how I promoted it. Yeah.
We're just gonna be politically correct for the next like 2 minutes or so, and then we're gonna talk our shit. But it's from the urban standpoint, so you might hear some shit. It could be offensive if you're not used to these type of vibes and all that. But yeah, man, we coming off this. Wrestling is probably more lit than it has been in a long fucking time. You know what I mean? So that's why I felt like it was a perfect time to just go ahead and get this out of the way. Something I've been wanting to do for years anyway. And these guys, we talk wrestling already, and I was like, let's just record it. Why not? You know what I mean? But if you're in that chat, do us a favor, hit that like button, hit that share button, tell a friend to tune in, because 3NT Wrestling is live on Dirt Sheet Radio right now. But we're going to get right into it, man. WrestleMania XL has come and gone, right? How did y'all like WrestleMania this year? Is it the biggest and the greatest WrestleMania of all time, or is that some, what y'all think about that?
All right. Look, first of all, Danny.
Uh-huh. Don't do it. Leave me out of this. Leave me out of this.
Haven't even said nothing yet. What you mean?
Oh,
all right, just hear me out. All right.
Danny,
how you feel? Like you are living an American nightmare right now. Basically, I really right? Am, that's bro. How I would describe it.
I really am. I love Cody though. I love Cody.
How you want to love Cody? All right, cool. But when I was just going to ask this question. because we had conversations leading up to Mania, of course, and everything like that.
We did.
When you saw Roman, you know wrestling, you've watched enough of it. When you saw Roman on his back, and you knew he was taking that fall. What noise? I just want to know what noise came out of your mouth. What words did you say?
I'll be honest with you. I felt like I lost that match. I felt like I took the pin, bro. I really did. I was so heartbroken by that shit because like, no, not my tribal chief, man. Because my tribal chief ain't going out like that. My tribal chief, my tribal chief knows there's consequences to his losses. So I was like, he's not gonna lose. And then I was like, no, it's a mistrial. This ain't real. This
mistrial. You want to recount?
This is yes. We need to do this over. We need to run it back. The referee, his hand slipped. If you look close, you look close with Charles Robinson counting, his hand didn't quite hit the mat for 3. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right.
I want to make every excuse in the world. I really do. It was a moment though. Like everybody in my section was rooting for Roman. Well, the people that I was sitting with. Shout out to those guys. They did not get their names, but ended up making the whole experience doper because I felt like I was there with friends. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Wrestling brings people together. But yeah, it was like people in our section were really rooting for Roman. So it was like a collective. It's like word for real. But Cody, he deserves it. Don't get me wrong. Cody fucking deserved that. He really did. Just not yet, I feel like. I just feel like not yet. And it felt too predictable. Like we all knew he was going to win. And I don't like going into storylines and going into wrestling knowing what's going to happen already. You know what I mean? That was my biggest issue about it. The odds are stacked up against him. He's going to come out on top still. We knew it was going to happen. You know what I mean? But that was my only gripe about it. But it was an amazing match. It was incredible. The energy at Lincoln Financial Field was ridiculous. And the pop. For one, everybody. We'll talk about this a little bit later, too. Everybody was looking at that entrance, waiting for that glass to break. And y'all know exactly what moment I'm talking about, WrestleMania night, too. Everybody's looking at it, waiting for that glass to break. The pop, when that gong hit, still got an amazing pop. But I just know it would have been so much bigger if that glass would have broke that night.
Glass shattered, yeah. Not wrong. I mean, I'm not mad at that.
Nick, what's going on, man? A lot of my in real life friends are rooting for the tribal chief. Yes, man. Those are real friends. Those are real friends. If you're a real friend for the tribal chief.
I didn't know you held such close allegiance to losers. I didn't know.
That was fire. I can't even knock that. That was great. I'm not mad at that.
No, but in all seriousness, though, I am very, 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 very appreciative of everything Roman gave us in this run.
Yes, he just look at Roman a couple years ago.
I'm not going to hold you. We're gonna get to all this later about like we're gonna talk about Rock and Stone Cold and everything like between like who's had the bigger impact. Roman Reigns is a big reason why wrestling is where it is right now.
That's facts.
Like he might be, if he's not one, he's 1B. Mm-hmm. Because there was not a time when I was watching it doesn't like regardless of what company you're watching, you know, the tide raises all ships. So when Roman Reigns is like, I'm seeing him on memes from people who don't watch wrestling. I'm seeing, you know, this was like two years ago.
He brought it back into pop culture.
Basically. Yeah, he was. I mean, I'm talking like homie passed away, son. He's still gonna be a huge star or something. But as the face of the company, he was what the WWE needed at that point in time to actually get wrestling to a point where anybody would care if it got back to prominence. So shout out to Roman for keeping the sport I love alive. You know, when it very well could have fell off a cliff had things gone.
That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. Did y'all watch the Roman Reigns documentary, the A&E biography?
No, I ain't get to see that yet.
Mm-mm.
It was actually really good. It was a lot of insight to a lot of stuff. And basically, he was saying how look at anybody that was involved with him in these last 4 years. Look at their careers: Sami Zayn, Jimmy, Jay, Solo. Like every match that he had turned somebody to a star, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like what he did was incredible, and it hadn't been too many people to step. What's that brass ring? Can we even mention Vince McMahon terms anymore? I don't know how it works.
I mean, yeah, it's a part of history to me. So I mean, go ahead. Like,
But he stepped up and grabbed that shit. He really did, and we saw he was. They were basically trying to force him in our face back in the day. You know what I mean? When you bring The Rock again, who's arguably one of the biggest stars in the world, out, and they still boo. Like, come on, man. That means we don't want that shit. Like, listen to your audience. You know, but when he came back the way he came back, matter of fact, I know y'all saw Roman in NXT back in the day. Y'all remember his NXT gimmick when he was a heel? Legendary shit. The tribal chief felt like a spinoff of that sort of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to do what he did in these last 4 years. And then I watched WrestleMania Night 2 back, and he announced when Michael Cole's announcing, he said he's defended the title 31 times in 4 years. That's kind of crazy. By the way, that's not many defenses
not many
for that title, you know. But
Floyd Mayweather type run,
and that's legendary shit because not many people could have pulled that off. Like people were kind of sick of seeing Brock as champion. You know what I mean? Because he's never there to defend the champion. He's never there to defend it. You know, but Roman was doing the same thing, so it made it feel so much more special when he did show up for a match or whatever. And again, it just made everything more compelling. Like you said, it raises all ships.
Yeah, it did. I think it helped. It helped wrestling in a big way. I think everybody needed that. You know. Yeah. Thank you so much to everything Roman did. You reading this?
I thought WrestleMania was amazing, man. Like it was like crazy, like from my point of view, because this is the first WrestleMania where I've had to like work in a sense.
Yeah, I feel you.
So I had to. Night one was a crazy experience. Night one was amazing. I got to watch it, but I had to watch NXT Stand and Deliver too. So that night I had to watch it as an analyst.
Right.
Night two, I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to watch night two with a friend. Kicked it. This felt like the biggest WrestleMania of all time. It really did. Like
the energy in Philly, just the entire city was insane. Like matter of fact, the hotel I was staying in, it was I could tell they're wrestling fans. So they had wrestling T-shirts on. So I who you got, Cody or Roman? We're just kind of talking shit to people and whatnot. But the hotel in front of me, there's a big tour bus out there, and I'm like, I wonder whose that is. It actually was the Rotundas. They were staying in a hotel in front of us. Yeah, they all came down together on a tour bus or whatever. But Philly, like I said, the entire city of Philly was so lit for WrestleMania. The energy was crazy. Like, again, like I said, complete strangers. We're in the street just making conversation about, the matches, who you got, what's going on here, whatever. It was amazing. It was an amazing feeling. And I feel like the fans, the staff, the talent, the athletes, the executives, everybody's just having such a better time in wrestling right now. And I hate to say it, without Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Without Vince.
When you make everything about, competition and, everybody nervous to do anything, when there's a moment to let loose, which is what this WrestleMania felt like. It felt like everybody let loose. Everybody was like a big sigh of relief. Like it was like, because if you think about, I don't want to get into like a whole thing about Vince McMahon because like fuck him, but like, if you're talking about like he was the biggest figure in wrestling for all of our lives, right? And this is the first time there has been like this type of event without that presence. And I mean, look at it. I think it was great. I think it was fantastic. I think in a lot of ways, like it showed off what wrestling can be in the future.
Yeah, and I think it could have been this a long time ago. Like I heard a quote from Triple H. Like they were asking him about like other people giving him opinion. I forgot what the base question was or whatever, but the quote basically was, I walk around and I go to a production meeting or whatever, and this is the first time in years I'm having people say, "Hey, what if we tried this?"
Mm.
And for him to be as long, we know Triple H has been an executive for a minute now,
Right?
And that's way into Vince's tenure too. For him to say that, like, oh well, this is the first time I'm hearing people say, "Hey, let's try this idea to make the brand better." I think it speaks to what the culture is in WWE right now, and while we're seeing that go off on our TV screens, while you feel the energy in Philly, Danny, with the talent and with the, because everybody knows, like, it's not bullshit when they say this is a new era.
Right.
Before they'd say that, and we'd be like, man,
no, it feels like it. It absolutely
you know
feels like it.
Now
Down.
it's definitely a new era, and everybody feel that, man. So wrestling is definitely popping again. I'm super excited for it.
Big facts. Let's talk about, like I said, we talked about Roman. Let's talk about what's next. What do you think is next for the Tribal Chief, and what's next for the Bloodline? We saw,
They
Friday night.
Standing outside the club.
Come on,
hey, from outside the club, like Breezy said.
That's mad disrespectful, bro.
That's what they did. What you all right?
But we saw Friday night, Tama Tonga made his debut in WWE, teaming up with Solo to beat the shit out of Jimmy Uso. So Jimmy Uso, I guess, is kicked out of the Bloodline. Paul Heyman is kicked out of the Bloodline.
That's what
it seemed like it.
Because when Tama Tonga was sizing up Paul in the back, it was like, those orders came from my Tribal Chief. And that's when Solo walked up and smiled for the first time on camera. But that's amazing.
That's the moment.
Right. That's the first time. And what's crazy about that whole segment to me, too, when Solo was like, that losing has consequences. Bro, you ain't won a match in 2024. He has not won a single match in 2024. But losing got consequences now. All right, bro. Let's stay consistent. Come on now.
At this point this week, you didn't even have the opportunity to lose a WrestleMania weekend.
Oh,
no
God.
Kickoff,
Right.
nothing, bro.
John Cena came and got him the fuck out of there at WrestleMania. Is what happened.
That's crazy.
But so the new Bloodline apparently is Solo and Tama, and I'm hearing rumors of 2 more people coming to join. I'm pretty sure y'all know who those 2 are. Zilla and the Samoan Werewolf.
Two?
Huh?
I heard of 1, there's 2?
I'm hearing Zilla and Jacob.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I'm hearing.
Okay.
If Jacob let Jacob premiere in WWE.
Boy, it's gonna be a different ball game.
Boy.
It's gonna be so different.
Turn that Rock Roman match into a damn triple threat. I guarantee you.
Oh my God. But that sets up though is Roman coming back as a face.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I see that too.
This is the longest term storytelling. It's literally the exact same thing to do with The Rock. They fucking hated The Rock when he was Rocky Maivia when he came out. You turn him heel, make him the biggest heel in the fucking game. But so when he turns face, he's going to be the biggest face in the game. You get what I'm saying? So it's amazing what they did with this here. Because, when Roman comes back as a face version of the Bloodline with Roman, Paul, and the Usos, come on now. That's money.
My only question is, how do you think, because Rock could act the same as a face and a heel, basically. It was like Rock was always going to do things that were in Rock's self-interest as the character, right? So if Rock was going to be mouthy to somebody, he was just going to be mouthy to somebody who the crowd didn't like, and the crowd was going to cheer. Right. What do you think a face Roman looks like when he comes back?
The same.
I think it's going to be the same. But yeah, I think I don't think he's going to trash talk towns anymore like he does. Whatever,
yeah.
But I think it's going to be the same. Acknowledge me and send the fans home happy type shit. It's like CM Punk. CM Punk ain't really a face technically. He does what the fuck he wants to do.
That's true.
Yeah. I think
I can see that.
But in today's WWE, like Seth is like that too. Like Seth ain't necessarily a face. He just does whatever he needs to do to win. He don't do nothing like necessarily really, really grimy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, be a heel. But the crowd just gonna cheer for who they want to cheer for. I think these heel face terms, I think they're starting to like slowly go away. It's either you like them or you really don't. Of course, they're gonna have like a super face like
Right.
Cody Rhodes, but that's who you need to be in order to be a like legit face now.
Now, I guess the whole story with Cody and Roman is just completely done. He's just not even getting a rematch for his title, which is kind of crazy to me. But
well, you can't have Roman lose twice like that.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what my theory is on this situation. I think the reason for that, because Rock told him our story is just beginning. I like that title. That was a very awkward segment, by the way, on Raw.
Yeah.
Can I hold it? That was weird, bro. That was super weird.
That's actually long-term storytelling, though. Because Cody did the same thing.
It really was.
Cody did the same thing to The Rock. I think for what belt was it? Was it the same belt? Like the same type of title? When Rock was
when he was
WWE title or something.
When Cody had that weird mustache.
Yep, and Cody came out. Yep,
he was like 13 years later, I'm gonna have that belt or whatever. Yeah, and I watched that clip the other day, and he got no reaction from the crowd back then. None.
Mm-hmm. Weird, right? Weird, right? Yeah.
But when The Rock said, I'm coming back, I want that or whatever. I see The Rock and Cody, and I see The Rock winning that match and winning that title off Cody, and that sets up Roman and Rock. Rock comes out and says, "I'm the leader of the new bloodline" type shit. That sets up Rock and Roman for WrestleMania next year.
I'm not mad at it.
You think Cody gonna have the belt for a year?
I don't think Cody's gonna have it that long. Because I just don't see him having it that long, man.
Why not? I think there's some cool stories you could tell with Cody.
There are. Don't get me wrong. He's got a lot of time. He's gonna be there for a long. Roman ain't gonna be there much longer. That's why I wouldn't have took it off. I would have let him, go out in a fucking blaze of glory.
Do you think I don't think Rock and Roman needs the belt.
It doesn't.
Honestly,
you're right. You're right. Vince McMahon's gone, so yeah, they're not going to put.
I just don't. Right. Yeah, I don't even think it needs the belt. Really, it's just that type of it's that type of story. I wouldn't, if now that we got 2 nights on Mania, if you want to put them, night one, whatever you want to put them as the main event for whatever night you're gonna put them on, let it rock because it's gonna be the biggest match on that show.
And the way they cooking up this bloodline story, bro.
I did not when Paul Heyman a few months ago was like we're only in the 3rd inning or whatever.
I didn't believe.
I was like, man, this shit getting kind of stale now. I don't know where can it go from here, but yeah, I see it. As soon as The Rock came back, I'm like, okay, it's turning up again. And then now Tama, and then rumors of the other Samoans pulling up. It's crazy. Like, how long is this thing going to run? When will it be too much though?
When like a member of the Bloodline's in every match on a Raw, then it'll be like, okay, y'all have destroyed it. If they're like, it's the Bloodline versus the Raw roster, like,
and you know what the vibe I'm getting low key, if we're doing like evil Bloodline and good Bloodline or whatever, white and black and red and black NWO.
Ooh,
like let's not overdo it.
Dark times.
Let's not overdo it.
But there is more of a story now than there is to what that NWO story was.
Well, that's true.
Because at least there's family ties here. Yeah. And you could see a family splitting up to go behind 2 different members of the family who are both supposed to be in control. I could see that.
Right.
It's a bit more realistic than like, the NWO naming themselves after colors and being like, all right, well, we about that now. Like,
plus, they got Paul Heyman there. Paul Heyman's not going to let that get stale.
Right.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're absolutely right about that.
And if Jacob Fatu is wrestling, I don't care. I do not care I don't care what gets stale in what story. Just let him go for 30 minutes.
Let's see. What's next? So since we talk about Rock and the Bloodline and all that, we had this conversation, and shout out my man Reggie from Off the Ropes, Van Van's dad. We got into a little argument the other day about this. Who's the real GOAT, Austin or Rock? And those in the comments, feel free to chime in who y'all think are chime in. Who do you think is the GOAT between Austin and Rock? And I'm going to tell you why The Rock is the GOAT.
Okay.
For one, Stone Cold kind of broke my heart when I found out that the reason he didn't show up at WrestleMania was a money dispute. Like, come on, man. It's not certain shit ain't about the money. Like, do you really love this WWE shit? Do you really love your fans? Because you know what that glass breaking would have done. The rivalry we saw growing up was The Rock and Stone Cold, not The Rock and Undertaker. They had some great matches too. So again, that was a good moment. Those two legends in the ring in front of each other. But we know what it was supposed to be. When they had The Rock choking Cody Rhodes over that thing and that truck in the background, who was on it? John Cena and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like that was intentional. But they could not come to terms on financial agreement, and that kind of sucks. But as far as why I'm saying The Rock is the GOAT compared to Stone Cold Steve Austin, do you guys really think that Stone Cold would have brought back that same impact to wrestling as The Rock did when he came back in January? Like if it was a whole 4-month build to WrestleMania, he had a match with whoever or whatever. Do you think Stone Cold would have made it as popular as The Rock did again?
I got two things.
All right.
First, I 100% agree with Stone Cold trying to get as much money out of that situation as possible.
Man, fuck
because, like you said, they were basing it off of the work he did in the 90s. Like the reason why you was excited was because you knew how much he was going to bring. If they, like you say, if that glass shatters, that would have made, like that would have been like the moment. So pay me like it's the moment.
But I was just saying, man, like again, it worked without him. Still,
it worked.
You know what
exactly.
I'm saying?
So,
but how many millions do you need for 5 minutes of work? How many millions do you need? How many millions do you need to keep you to make your fans happy? And these big,
I feel like
70,000 something people in front of you that would love to see you come out for these 2 minutes and drink a beer.
However much the company feels like that moment is worth to their fans.
That's crazy.
Because if the onus is on him, I'd be like, well, how much do you feel like this moment is worth to the fans? Because to me, I feel like it's such and such.
That feels like prostitution a little bit.
It's work. That's why it's a job.
I don't like that, man.
This ain't charity, man. This ain't charity. You go out there, if you go out there, you get your neck snapped by people doing all types of moves incorrectly and stuff like that.
But he just went out there and had the match with Kevin Owens a couple of years ago. Like
the money was right.
Because for Vince, well, Vince had that side budget. He probably has some. We're gonna leave it alone. We're gonna leave that alone.
Wow, that's crazy.
We're gonna leave that alone. But
to me, I feel like I'm never gonna put the onus of the experience on the competitors. I'm putting the onus of the experience on the company. Y'all say that this moment is worth such and such, then pay the participants such and such.
But if it don't make sense, like financial, like I'm pretty sure they got it. I'm pretty sure they got it. Don't get me wrong, but like
they got it.
Imagine. They offered them millions already.
I don't know what were the figures they were talking about.
They didn't give a specific, but
those.
That's not no.
This is Stone Cold, man.
Press releases are so specific. Press releases are made and written in a way, or stories come out in a way for a reason. So if this was actually ridiculous, every time I've seen a ridiculous contract come out, it has the figure attached to it. If somebody turns down a ridiculous number, it has the figure attached to it. So if they were like, if somebody like, I've seen people be like, this person, such and such person turned down $50 million contract or something like that. It comes out for a reason because it's supposed to, in our heads, go, damn, you turned down $50 million and get us to side with the company. If they don't put a number on it.
Well, it sounds like he's trying to avoid the grind. In that sense, we don't want him in the company anyway. Triple H voice.
I mean, then just don't put my face on the side of the thing when your champion getting choked out. Yeah.
Come on, man.
I don't know. Is that an accurate report though?
But what?
No.
I mean, that's what all the that's all the sites are saying is that was the situation. That's why Austin didn't show up.
I read that and I was like, well, maybe Stone, because you know how Stone Cold thinks too. Like I've heard him talk about him coming back to the WWE a few times. Maybe it just to him it just kind of didn't make sense for him to come back. So he was just like, I don't have anything to do with this storyline. There's no real sense for me to come back here. So you're gonna have to pay me for me.
But what did Undertaker have to do with it?
Well, Undertaker
nothing.
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
but there's two different people. You know,
but
I can't compare him to what he doing.
It was clearly for the nostalgia. That's all it was for anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. But you're basing that nostalgia based off the work I did.
But personally, if I was Stone Cold, like I said, just that to give my fans that moment, I would have done the shit for free. Because that's huge for my brand too. If I go out there and do that, imagine all the endorsement deals might come in for Stone Cold again. You know, just that being out there in that big at WrestleMania. This is WrestleMania, bro. Mm-hmm. You don't have to come on, man. Just give us that moment. It's gone now. We could never have that again. I feel like, but
I'm okay.
I was heartbroken by that.
Well, and to address the second thing, because I said I had two things. I don't think the moment would have been as big if it was Stone Cold, but I don't know if that makes The Rock the GOAT, because I'm basing how big this was off of everything The Rock has done outside of wrestling for the last 10, 12 years. Mm-hmm. Because The Rock is obviously the one of the biggest movie stars in the world. Right. And this moment was so big because of who The Rock was outside of wrestling. Mm-hmm. So if you want to say I 100% agree with you. This moment would not have been as big if it was Stone Cold in the storyline.
But no, I mean I don't mean in the sense of it being a big moment with viewership. I mean just as a wrestling fan.
Oh, how it would have felt?
Could Stone Cold have done something, built up something with somebody, to make us get this feeling again?
Do you think this is the one time I'm gonna ask you, do you think that those two things are related this time? Because the reason why I think you felt the way you felt sitting in that stadium is because how big wrestling had got outside of the usual fan base. How it felt mass, Philly felt like it was electric because people who don't watch wrestling were interested.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of people that even my brother DJ Bird, he's back into wrestling now because it's been so.
It's because of who The Rock was outside of wrestling,
and it definitely is what drew a lot of people back in. But I mean, just angle storyline wise.
Okay.
Could there have been a story good enough? Like Austin, could he have made it that exciting again? For a wrestling fan, you know what I mean?
Now that we've talked about it, I know what I said off cam. Now that we've talked about it, bro, I don't think that's kind of fair to put on Stone Cold right now. You want to know why, though?
Why is
It's because the Bloodline storyline was already becoming massive, and you insert The Rock into that, and it becomes it's like a nuclear bomb. If would The Rock have the same effect on this WrestleMania if he had nothing to do with the Bloodline story? All right, let me ask you that.
Say again?
Would it have been the same effect?
So if Austin got involved with the Bloodline story?
No. If there was no Bloodline story, because you got to remember, The Rock still got inserted into something that was kind of already popping with the rest.
Even if The Rock came back not dealing with the Bloodline, if he was still being the final boss,
that's what I'm asking. If
he still would have been incredible because that final boss shit transcended the Bloodline shit, in my opinion.
Okay, well, let me ask you this question.
My thing is, I don't think Austin can reinvent himself like that, is what I mean. Austin's just going to be Austin.
No, wait. You think Rock reinvented himself?
Wait, what if
the final boss, that was Hollywood Rock on steroids.
Yeah, but that's not, you said reinvented and then you went back to something he did.
Evolving, should I say.
Okay. I can see it as an evolution.
I don't see Austin evolving like that.
Okay.
He's just going to drink beer, give middle fingers, and stun people.
Unless he came back as heel Stone Cold.
And what did heel Stone Cold do? Stun people, drink beer, and give people the finger.
Same thing. It's the same thing.
I don't know. There would have to be. I think this storyline was tailor made for The Rock to elevate to a different level.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. I think it was this was a unique situation because you would have to say, what if Stone Cold was from a unique wrestling dynasty where there's this lineage of people, of rednecks that drink beer and give people fingers, and then he came back and said, "I'm the only one who drinks beer and gives people fingers."
Bro,
And,
I'm telling you, I don't know. Austin might have hit like the fucking crack epidemic in the 80s during Trump era if he came back for a run.
you know what? If he came
Bro.
back, he was. I mean, you could get Taker to do that storyline now. They brought Biker Taker back, and Biker Taker came back mad racist. I don't know.
Oh my
Wrestling
god,
would be in a completely different place right now. He come out. I see all these people not defending our troops on the story.
But I gotta say, that would have hit. The Rock just like again. Shot my man Izzy too. He brought it up before a long time ago. He's like, "What's the Rock gonna do? Come out and just say a couple cuss words and catchphrases?"
Yeah,
and he did that. He did that first night he came back as heel Rock was kind of cringe, to be honest with you. I was like, it's literally rehashing. But then it just again like it evolved into something so much better, and I didn't think he had it in him. Like he brought his literally Hollywood acting skills to this role. You know what I mean? He's calling people meth head Marys, and then out here selling Papa Tui face shit and Target to people. Like you got to still keep your character, then got to be an asshole on TV. He killed it.
He's a bigger overall. I think your point is he's just bigger overall than Stone Cold is, and because of that, there's more to offer.
Yeah.
There's a bit more he has.
It's not fair to Stone Cold, bro, because he don't have that outside WWE presence like that. Like,
not really.
But he
that for a minute.
I mean, he did some movies too. It ain't our fault. He asked.
Stop it.
Relax. Are you saying? Wait, hold up. Because this performance by The Rock has been The Rock's best performance in years.
Like we're not here to talk about Black Adam and all that shit. Come on, now.
I was about to say,
Black Adam was big mid, man. It was a letdown.
He was Egyptian? Never mind.
Special effects was the best thing about that movie. I ain't gonna lie to you. I went to the movies to go see that and fell asleep like within the first 15 minutes. A dead ass. Slept through the entire thing. I woke up and literally the credits were rolling. But shout out to the Black Adam fans in the chat too.
There are Black Adam fans in the chat.
It might be one or two. I don't know. I just don't want to discriminate against them. That's all.
No, I want y'all to explain yourselves and then flog yourselves and repent. Find God.
Find God.
What's wrong with y'all?
Big shout out to Jeannie in the chat too. She said, "Not me." Oh man, but look, let's go back to some of the stuff that unfolded on Raw and SmackDown after Mania.
We haven't talked about anything outside of Rock though, but I do think they're rocking the bloodline thing. I do think there's some things, a lot of things.
A lot. Monday night, first and foremost, the first match we could talk about the Rock and Cody Rhodes too, that little thing real quick before we get off that situation. What The Rock handed Cody. He said, "Don't you ever break my heart again." Yeah. What do y'all think? Let us know if you're in the chat too. What do y'all think The Rock handed Cody Rhodes in that ring?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I really don't. I really don't even have a guess.
Can I tell y'all my theory?
Go ahead.
I think he gave him a lighter, and the reason being, Thursday, Cody posted on Twitter before the news gets out there, "Yes, my bus caught fire." There were no pictures of that bus. Don't you think that would have been all over the internet? Fans recording videos and pictures of the fucking American Nightmare bus on fire?
Mm-hmm.
Why wasn't it? Nobody saw this bus on fire, and you had the same bus at WrestleMania. So
you think Rock went pyromaniac?
I think he did. I don't think he did it himself, but he had somebody do it or whatever. But I think that's
did it for Triple H.
I think that's to push the storyline further. As far as what broke his heart, I don't know. I have no idea. But I really think that's the situation. I think the video is going to come out whenever The Rock resurfaces after he shoots his movie or whatever. That was him that set Cody Rhodes' bus on fire. Because it's just so weird to me that in this digital age where everybody's got a phone in their hand at all times, they didn't record this. You record these motherfuckers in airports and shit like that all the time, but you don't record a bus on fire?
Yeah. Do you think that like a series of like unfortunate shit's gonna start happening to Cody? Like,
I'm here for it.
I'd be. That's crazy. Hating your man, brother. That's hate right there. How you hating on a fellow black man?
I love Cody Rhodes, man. I love Cody.
You hating? What you hating on a black man for? I know it ain't February no more, but you.
I just honestly, my issue with Cody Rhodes is all the pandering, man. It bothers me so much.
I honestly think, and this is going to sound obvious, but I mean it in a much different way. I think it's a part of his character. I think,
and it is, and I get it. I think
that pandering is going to turn, like, we're going to see, like, what I'm predicting for this title reign before we get off of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is a title reign. You can only maintain white meat babyface for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And I think whenever the crowd starts to turn, like whenever you hear it a little bit, when the cheers ain't as loud as they used to be,
mm-hmm.
He's gonna go into overdrive mode. He's gonna be bringing kids on the stage and being like, look how good of a person I am. And he gonna build like a nightmare version of
if he did that, brought kids in the ring, and then like somebody would
don't hit me. You gonna hit me in front of a kid?
Say like Roman tried to spear him or something. He pulled a kid in the way, bro.
Yes.
What?
That's why I'm thinking he's going to go into overdrive mode where he's like, I'm the ultimate face. Like I am.
Oh god.
So he's Homelander.
Yes.
He's Homelander.
Like they did unintentionally with Cena when he did the embrace the hate.
Yeah.
Unintentionally, they did the same thing where Cena's like, I'm such a good guy. I'm going to beat up homie in a wheelchair. I'm going to steal his girl. I'm a... Y'all got to cheer me.
Oh, my God.
Like, I think that's what they're going. I think that's where Cody's story is going after a few, storylines here and there after he knocks off Randy. I think he's going to retire two people. And I think that's where it's going to start.
He's going to retire Randy and who?
I think he's going to retire Randy, and I honestly think he's going to retire. Who was it that just announced it?
AJ.
Damn, somebody just
AJ.
Yes, I think he's going to retire AJ.
You know what? Matter of fact, we could talk about that too from SmackDown. We had those 2 triple threat matches that lead to a number 1 contenders match next Friday on SmackDown. So we got AJ Styles and LA Knight rematch from WrestleMania, and the winner faces Cody Rhodes at Backlash, I assume. To be completely honest with you, I don't want to see LA Knight versus Cody Rhodes. That match just doesn't interest me really. And I don't want to see AJ Styles lose to Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
It's literally one of the other in this situation because AJ's been on a losing streak. He don't need these L's right now, man. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, AJ is talking about he don't know how much longer he won't be there. So it's not like I could really give you extended title run and kill all of this momentum. So
yeah.
You don't want to kill LA. You don't want to kill LA Knight's momentum because he's not even supposed to have this. So we need to ride this train as much as possible when it comes to LA Knight.
But with LA Knight, I guess they got to do that early.
Still, if he fights Cody, we know he's going to take the loss.
Yeah, but that's expected with like a champion who just got crowned after like a year-long story. Like that for a while Cody's gonna hold the belt.
Yeah, but that's why I think it's best for AJ because I think AJ could lose to Cody Rhodes and
still be AJ.
I do think AJ and Cody will have a great match. I think they're gonna have a fire match. Oh my god, that Styles clash from the top rope on top of Kevin Owens.
Let's talk about how he he looked like he in retirement mode because he is pulling out some things I haven't seen in a minute.
He looked like classic AJ. He looked
Yes.
like classic AJ Friday night. And I'm so glad they're letting these people cook. Speaking of people cooking in that ring, Ilya Dragunov and Shinsuke.
Look, son.
Woo!
Hey, wrestling is back.
We are so fucking back, bro. We are so fucking back.
Story be damn. Go hit somebody. That's a lot of people mad about that. I'll be watching some of the matches they allowing people to have now, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. I sound like a middle school coach. I'm like, just go hit somebody. Just literally go hit somebody.
I'm just so glad they're letting people cook right now and like have these because Shinsuke looked like old Shinsuke. He looked like New Japan Shinsuke out there versus Ilya. And that says something. You know what I mean?
I hope we get Jacob Fatu versus AJ Styles before things are all said and done. Has that match has not happened before, right?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay. I need that.
Yeah,
I hope he doesn't retire too soon. But what I was going to say about LA Knight, they need to get LA Knight out the way from Cody soon, because having LA go back to back with The Rock, like he beats LA, then he beats The Rock, is going to feel like him beating like his son, like his junior. They need to separate them by a good amount of time so that it doesn't kind of like stifle LA.
I think they need to put LA in a United States Championship picture. Just have them take away from Jake Paul at SummerSlam or something like that. Because SummerSlam's a huge moment too. You know what I'm saying? That's where they was expecting Cody to win the title if this Rock versus Roman thing was SummerSlam. Just let LA Knight win that. I think you need to keep LA Knight away from Cody unless you about to turn him heel. Which I think he work as a heel too, so you can do that. But I think it's too quick for them to do it at Backlash though. Like one of them has to be a heel. It can't be Cody Rhodes versus LA Knight. It just feels weird. Unless there's more story being told there. It just feels weird. AJ gonna interfere again?
I'm also curious about the promos between LA Knight and Cody. Because these are two faces. You know what I mean? And somebody's gonna bury the shit out of somebody.
And LA Knight talks crazy. So
there might be a heel turn for LA Knight in the future if that's the case. Because LA Knight's going to say some cross the line type shit. I'm sure.
Whenever Cody decides to go on ultra drive mode and have a kid in the ring when he's fighting, with I'm Cody's #1 fan sign sitting there in the and he's fighting like faces, and they're like, "Don't hit! You see that kid over there? Don't hit me."
Oh my goodness! I'm interested. I'm not gonna lie. I am interested to see how this title run is gonna go. But I don't like it. I still don't like it. I'm gonna watch it, but I don't like
it. It's your champ, Danny. It's your champ.
Roman's still my tribal chief, cuz.
Your tribal chief has a blonde faux hawk and a terrible.
I'm not mad at that either. I will acknowledge Solo too. I will acknowledge Solo.
Okay, that's great.
Okay, I'll acknowledge Solo.
Good.
Do we ever see Solo versus Cody for that championship?
I don't see why not.
I don't think it's necessary.
You don't think it's necessary? You don't. I feel like it'll be I'm gonna do what he couldn't type shit, and he's still gonna lose, obviously. But
then when you don't,
again, the man is 0-54 for 2024 or some shit like that right now.
I mean, 0-54 is insane. Yeah, it can't be a true stat.
It makes sense because Cody owed him some get back. I mean,
that's facts. How many times did he cause choke? Yeah,
Cody owed him some get back. So if he step in the ring and be like, "I want a shot," Cody's gonna give it to him because he's like, "I want to kick your ass." Like, dog. Cody pissed me off in the main event though. I forgot to mention this, bro. You was away from the ropes, looked around, and still caught the Samoan spike.
Trying to tell you, Solo Sikoa,
dangerous move,
win-loss record. I'm curious now. I have to look this up myself.
Yeah, what?
He is 44-79 right now.
Hey, look, bro. 44-79 is crazy.
44-79 with 3 draws.
Damn,
that's funny.
That's nasty business.
That's funny.
But there's consequences for losing.
That's what Genie just said in the chat.
So you said they said that in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Jeannie. Jeannie knows her shit, man. She be locked in with the wrestling just like us, man. For real, for real. A huge losing streak. Matt getting some love in the chat.
What's up, Lewis? Salute. Thank you, brother. Shout out to the Raleigh Rockets, man.
So we got to talk about this shit real quick. We got too much longer on the show. We can go ahead and talk about this. This AEW and Jack Perry, WWE CM Punk secret footage, all this bickering back and forward and stuff. How y'all feel about this shit, man? I'm gonna let y'all go first because I got a lot to say about it.
I'm sure. I'm gonna let Matt go in a second.
Go ahead, bro.
But I'm just gonna sum it up with my man Cam Seahawk on Twitter said.
Big shout out to Seahawk. That's my man.
He said it has been not been more obvious who has not been in a fight in the wrestling community than right now. Because
oh my god!
I saw people up there. It was like the Will Smith slap all over again. He could have killed him. It was unbridled aggression.
That was crazy. I mean, yeah, you could exactly. You could tell he's never been in a fight. He lunged at that man, but like, come on, man. Tony Khan was scared for his life. Come on, man.
That's what he said, man.
I'm just thinking about CM Punk making somebody scared for their life.
Granted, I don't want to fight CM Punk. He looked like he knows some shit in real life. I don't want to fight him.
I don't either. But bro.
Oh god. So I'm gonna say this. For one, that footage did not help a single thing. Well, no. It did bring interest to Jack Perry. I could give a fuck less about Jack Perry.
Right now. I ain't gonna hold you. Jack is kind of cooking right now.
How long is that gonna last, though?
Not very
realistically.
Long. Not very long, because there's no payoff for it.
Because you can't fight CM Punk unless you go to WWE. CM Punk's not coming back to AEW.
Right.
Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
I was like, because there have been some. This is what my thought is. This is not going to happen, but in my brain it could. Right. I saw that pic of the two champions, Mox and Cody, flicked up beside each other. Was that a real picture?
I didn't see that. I
with
don't
the
know
belts
what you're talking about. Let me hit Google.
Was that a real picture of them flicked up beside each other with the belts? Anybody in the chat know?
And then
I don't know if that was AI
message
or
about
what.
Who was at the gate at WrestleMania?
Bro, I'm here. I heard so many people saying that Tony Khan was at WrestleMania.
This is what I'm saying. That footage didn't come out for no reason.
Yeah.
In my brain, I was like, is the door completely gone? Is there not what did Jordan Grace call it? The hidden hibitated entrance or something like that?
Because
is the door gone? Is
now that you say that,
are we like this? Are we the super friends now?
Because CM Punk is on the contract with WWE. Can you show him?
That's a good point. Well, then again, they own that footage. They can do what they want with that footage.
They own that footage. But
yeah, I guess
from a storytelling perspective, you telling a story with somebody who's not in the company.
You just I mean, you made more people care about him.
Unless that person's not in the company, but can that person say anything back to you? Can that person can y'all do this?
Bro, you know what? And I don't know if y'all saw the article that came out a couple of days ago from Nick Khan is saying that he absolutely is exploring, working with other multiple promotions. You know what I mean? So,
and by the way, I don't know if y'all caught Kenny Omega's comments. It wasn't on this, but what
by
he
the
said
dog
about Brawl Out.
Yeah,
I was like, that's not the attitude I expected you to have after all of that. He seemed like, yo, it's cool. I'll work with CM Punk. No issue.
Yeah.
He said there's no mutual respect.
He's like, Phil's still my mans. He's like, we ain't got no smoke.
Mutual respect. Like, cool. I was hoping we would do a match together after all of that. Like, Rick, that's how you feel? I don't know. I feel Vaughn on this. Vaughn might be on to something, man.
You feel me? It's
Because again, it makes zero sense to be showing this footage, promoting this man, and having Will Ospreay go out and respond to Triple H podcast remarks. Like, you bring it. I feel like, okay, if I own a club, right? I've been DJing my whole life and in and out the clubs my whole life. I'm not going to be in my club talking about another club because my customers may eventually go check out that other club and not come back to my club. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So why would I promote
door that leads from your club to the other club that was previously forbidden?
Jeannie says she knows Ricky Starks was at WrestleMania. He definitely was. I saw him in the press booth and whatnot. Yep. Mm-hmm. But there was definitely a lot of AEW people out in Philly that weekend for sure.
Yeah. Honestly, man, the one that didn't want to work with people was Vince. He didn't want to work with him. He wanted to own them. Triple H doesn't have that mindset. So,
but let's not forget. And I'm pretty sure it was Triple H's idea when, because Mickie James was not TNA champion when she was in the Rumble last. You know what I mean? So Vince had that door open somewhat too. Maybe it was a situation he felt like he owed Mickie a favor for, sending her out like trash.
Was that Lita or Mickie that he threw the trash? It was Lita.
It was Mickie. They put her stuff in a trash bag and sent back to her. It was Mickie.
Okay,
that's crazy.
But I think that Vince's TNA situation was different because I think Vince felt like he could just own TNA at that point in time. It just bully him, do whatever. Like, I'm gonna take your champion. What you gonna do?
Right.
Shut up.
But they had Charlie Dempsey go to All Japan last year.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Shayna Baszler and Charlie Dempsey at GCW in Philly WrestleMania weekend. And oh my gosh, Shayna Baszler cooked that match too. I need that Shayna Baszler back permanently. Oh my gosh, that match was crazy.
Shayna is I love Shayna.
Big shout to Shayna Baszler.
Her begging for that stink face is the funniest thing that's happened in wrestling.
Wild behavior.
We didn't get a chance to talk about it, but begging for a stink face is crazy.
Oh man.
Oh. But I'm just saying, it just seems a bit. It seems like some hostilities have frozen.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like seems interesting. That's all I'm saying. It's interesting. It could lead somewhere.
Yeah, but let me ask y'all this because of course we all kind of agree that it doesn't really do anything to show it. How does this make you look at CM Punk now? Has anything changed?
No, CM Punk's still the GOAT.
No, this is what he said happened.
It's exactly right.
This is exactly what he said. Like,
I could see this man's point.
I could see if it came out and CM Punk pulled out the blick and was like, get down on your knees. I'm gonna rob you in front of all these people, and then none of that came. But this ain't what he said. This is exactly what he said happened at the time.
Yeah.
And
word for word,
in the industry that is now trying to clean out all of the abusers and predators, you want me to be mad at homie for getting into a scuffle?
This shit's
like,
crazy,
we got
bro.
way bigger things to deal with, like way worse things to deal with. We can get there, but that's what he said happened.
Yeah, I think
really was.
Like, it was crazy because the way people look at it, where they criticize him, well, you were being unprofessional. Like, I had this situation with the Draymond Green fight with Jordan Poole. I was like, you do understand that what they do aren't what we do. They don't. This is a different world. Mm-hmm. Different things happen there that may not be acceptable in the real world. So I never killed him for getting in a fight.
If you watch
backstage.
Hard Knocks,
right?
The teams are going you're going to fight your teammate.
You're going to fight. It
is
what it is. We've heard.
I mean, it's testosterone in the room, man. Niggas have disagreements and get into shit sometimes, man.
Right.
It's not saying that should be like the normal. Like, you shouldn't just go around fighting your coworkers.
Right. Of course.
But these are like situations where you shouldn't be in any other work environment. You shouldn't be in as close contact in your underwear as you are, with your coworkers as you are in wrestling. And like most other work situations outside sex workers, shout sex workers. But outside of that, you shouldn't be in as close contact with your coworkers. Shout out sex workers.
That's a random shout out.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out sex workers.
Oh my
But
goodness.
that's what I'm saying. It is actually a different environment. It doesn't mean all of the worst parts of the environment are okay, but this is what the man said happened. We saw the footage. It's what they said happened. If they cared more, they wouldn't be using it for a storyline right now.
Right.
Truthfully, they should have dropped that footage when it happened. If that's the case, to clear names or whatever, you know, because this was point. You just made CM Punk like big on. He brought ratings into Raw and to Dynamite.
And it's wild because
Unless
CM Punk
that's the mission.
CM Punk is playing this character now in WWE. Like we just saw him wig out because Drew McIntyre was celebrating in his face. Like it does nothing but help CM Punk for you to drop this. It just legitimizes his character in WWE and helps him get over. And plus, what he said on that Ariel interview, they be trying to kill that, but yo, if you got in a fight, of course, there's certain things you're going to over embellish. You're going to remove yourself and stuff. But everything he said was totally accurate. Especially him lunging at Tony Khan. Like, that wasn't surprising to me to see either. He told Tony Khan repeatedly. He said, yo, handle it or I'm going to handle it my way and you're not going to like how I'm going to handle it. Everything he said about Tony Khan not being a boss, I'm not saying that is true. I'm not saying that.
But at the same time, CM Punk,
he let it get out of control. Because CM Punk was like, yo, handle it or I'm going to handle it.
But at the same time, CM Punk is an employee of that company. Imagine me going to my boss at the station on some, look, do your job. You need to do your job. You can't do that.
But that's my point.
But no, you can't say I'm an employee. Now this is where we really gonna get into it. You can't say I'm an employee when it's convenient, but I'm an independent contractor when it's convenient. Either I'm going to be an employee or I'm going to be an independent contractor, and I'm gonna independently have to whoop Jack Perry ass. Those are like these are the. If you want me to be an employee, I need healthcare. If you want me to be an employee, I need dental insurance. I need certain insurances that employees have. Or if I'm an independent contractor, then I'm gonna have to be back here and handle my business.
No, it's a different. So, that's the only thing. I'm not saying that because it's a different world. It's not a regular job. He gets to say that to Tony Khan. Like, you know what I'm saying? He gets to say that because it's a different world.
That was your free agent signing. If you remember, Terrell Owens been back there up there in the day crying like that's my quarterback, you know, during the press conference and everything. It's a different world. If you pay, it's a different world if you're paying somebody specifically because you need them. Like all jobs paid their employees because they need them, but you really paid CM Punk because you needed CM Punk.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. That footage was so unnecessary, and to build your whole flagship program around dropping that footage instead of your talent was wild to me.
Because they don't need to do that. That's the crazy part. Man.
They really didn't. AEW, like this is how I look at it. Run your own race. Stop worrying about what anybody else is saying. People gonna talk shit if you like it or not. If you you're going to respond to every single thing these people say about you or say to you. You can't.
That's why they got to be working together, bro.
The more we talk about it, I'm starting to feel it.
Because the time is crazy too. Why would you do that the same week after WrestleMania? Like when we're already at a fever pitch,
right?
Because we're at WrestleMania. You didn't do anything but give CM Punk a new storyline to go forward. Thanks for the help.
That's facts.
They got to be.
But do you know how big wrestling could get if it was like,
oh my god,
if it was like, yo, let's just,
you know what? I just got a new idea for a new episode that we're gonna do. We're probably gonna shoot it and post it. We got to build our own AEW versus WWE Dream Card.
Oh my god, American Super Card.
Whoo, boy. And if you're in the chat, feel free. Like I said, we're going to be dropping the video. We're going to shoot this shit probably within the next week or so. And yeah, we got to talk about that. Because if this is a reality, if this is a situation, son,
look, because there's some talent. And I think this is the best possible situation because the problem with WWE in like 2016, 2015 was the roster was too big and they couldn't fit everybody everywhere. There being a whole nother company that has their own things that can deal with all of that, that's separate from WWE is.
What if they have a 2-night Saturday night WWE event, Sunday night AEW event with mixed rosters.
Come on, bro.
2-night week, 2-day weekend. Bro.
No. One night, night one, it's like mixed on both nights, right? But night one belt's defended. Night two, the other belt's defended. Like the world championship is defended on one night of each.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Come on, dog.
The possibilities are endless.
Hit me up. I'll broker peace.
We gotta talk about that.
I'll broker peace between y'all.
Because I mean, the more, like I said, the more you say it, and the more we talk about this stuff, it feels intentional. It feels very intentional now. You know what I mean?
I gotta find that picture of Cody and Mox. I gotta see if that was real.
And I don't like. And I mentioned this in the Dirt Sheet chat too. I don't like. Again, I don't like the fact AEW is using their flagship show to slander WWE. WWE uses they're just on podcast. Like, I don't like the fact that Pat McAfee's up there running his mouth either all the time and throwing shots at AEW. That's unnecessary. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's unprofessional. Yeah. You know what I mean? But they're doing it on podcasts. They're speaking candidly. Somebody asks a question and they talk about it. They talk about what they feel, what's on their mind about it. They're not making it a segment on on Raw. Right. It's not it's not taking the place of somebody's match on SmackDown. You know what I mean? That was my gripe about them showing it. I felt like it was so unnecessary to do that.
Could give more time to that women's division that got all the talent in the world.
I swear.
That women's division. Who y'all think, before we get out of here, who y'all think beat up Sasha?
Well, what happened to Sasha? What happened? I didn't see Dynamite.
Somebody laid hands on Sasha. My queen was laying on the ground. And I saw all of you nasty monsters on Twitter. You nasty, disgusting, porn sick brain riddled monsters talking about the way she was laying on the ground on Twitter. What's wrong with y'all?
I didn't see
that woman was in fake pain.
I missed out. I clearly missed out.
Don't go under that thread. I saw you.
I certainly will be.
Willow is a good guess, Gina.
That's a good point. I do think it might be Willow. Because she injured Sasha, didn't she? In New Japan or something?
I believe so.
So yeah, they got history, they got a story. I could see that. I don't know if I like Willow as a heel though. Same thing. Like Willow seems like bubbly and happy, like not as bubbly and happy as the old.
Twitter sometimes I can see it.
Like she makes me feel like Bayley. But Bayley ended up being able to be a good heel.
Great heel.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I need to see it and wait for it to happen to actually see it. But yeah. I love Willow though, man. She was at Wale Mania dancing and twerking and stuff on stage, and
she's great. All right. See? Shout out to Willow though.
I love Willow, man. She's awesome. What else we got before? I think the last thing we got. Oh, we do have a quick announcement before we keep going. Saturday, May 4th, we're having a Backlash watch party at the Brown Pelican out here in New Bern. So if you're out in Eastern North Carolina, make sure you pull up on this Backlash France. Saturday, May 4th. The pay-per-view starts early. So we're going to be doing the show. We're doing a live podcast from the Brown Pelican. Doors open 11 until 4 p.m. We're gonna have some crazy drink specials and all that good stuff. We're gonna have some themed drinks. If you're from Eastern North Carolina, you've been to any of my artist nights where I have like Chris Brown night or Usher night. I got Jay-Z night coming up, but I have themed drinks named after like artist songs. I'm gonna have drinks named after wrestlers and finishing moves and stuff like that.
The Rock Bottom's gonna go crazy, yo.
Ooh, that's fire! I already made the Tombstone and the Big Red Machine. I got those two are already. Y'all will see.
Rock Bottom is 3 fingers of Hennessy, lime, and
the Rock Bottom gotta have Terramana in it.
Yes, it does. It's got to be Hennessy and Terramana.
Well, what people was fighting. Real. Like I said, I didn't come up with all the drinks yet. Then the only two I had was the Big Red Machine and the Tombstone. And of course, the Big Red Machine is red and the Tombstone is purple. It's It's gonna be fire. Y'all wait.
All right.
Y'all wait. This shit gonna be so lit, man. Plus, like I said, I'm gonna be DJing too. We'll be playing some of your favorite wrestling hits mixed with some of my favorite shit.
Adrenaline and soul. Can't wait.
Oh god. I'm gonna have to unfortunately play that.
Then they're gonna be off of like 6 rock bottoms up there mixing Shawn Michaels theme song with WizKid Essence.
I will. I really will. That's my plan. Yeah, I dropped this video actually during when Jeannie said, did somebody say Hennessy? I've been there. I know that's right.
Yes,
the Henny will be on deck. But I dropped a video, but the audio was off, so I deleted it. I was playing, it was Kingdom, but it was like after that, whoa. I took the acapella, the lyrics of that out, of Kingdom out, and brought in the Meek. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought it was so fire. It was so goddamn fire.
I dropped that one.
I deleted all the video. I needed to make some storage in my phone, so I deleted all the videos and shit. I'm so disappointed I didn't get a DJ at Wale Mania, man. I was really hurt about that.
Next year.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But shout out to Cash, shout out to Emilio, shout out to Wale. That joint was lit. I recommend anybody, if you ever go into a WrestleMania, go a day early. Go that Thursday and make sure you hit up Wale Mania. That shit was so dope. I love hip hop music. I love rap music. I love the culture, and I love wrestling. And it was literally a tight mashup of that shit, bro. State Property Reunited came out, performed a bunch of songs, classics. They did What We Do. They did Rock the Mic. Fucking Young Chris came out and did Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Rockefeller Records. That shit, it was so dope. Connie Diamond came out. Armani White came out, did Billie Eilish. Of course, Wale performed to close the night. But then you had Shelton Benjamin was the guest of honor out there. Shelton came out and gave the wildest speech.
I saw some of it.
Big shout out my man Osiris too for Reefer Rumbles. He a battle rapper on RB. He rode up to Philly with me. I scooped him up on the way, but he got a video of Shelton's speech where he was like, when he first met Zilla, it was like Zilla was 6 years old and ran up to the car they was sitting in. So Rikishi walked away, Zilla or whoever it was walked away, and Zilla peeked his head in the window and said, "Black nigga." I said, yo, that's a wild story to introduce this man to the wrestling world like that, bro.
That's what his theme song gonna say before he come on.
Yo, wild. That would be wild. But then there was a Hurt Business reunion in there. MVP with Cedric, Shelton, and Bobby. And that was dope. You know, they all gave Shelton his flowers and everything. Shelton is an incredible talent, and I still don't understand why he wasn't utilized properly in WWE.
You know why he wasn't utilized properly in WWE.
But it's a different era we under now. Why? Like, why did he even get let go? Why did Dolph get let go?
I don't know, man. I think it's like a thing of where they spent too long kind of burying somebody. They didn't know how to reintroduce them.
Shit, man. Shelton could come out and just be amazing. He could just have a good match.
100% agree.
Put him back in NXT if necessary.
I 100% agree.
Because that roster is insane too.
I agree.
I don't know if that would have.
Going back to NXT did nothing for Apollo Crews, and I'm kind of sad about that.
That's kind of my point. Like, NXT is amazing, but you can't send everybody down there. Like, Dolph would have fit, but it wouldn't have done anything for him to come to be.
That made no sense for him to go down there and be NXT champion either. That little temporary shit. That made no sense.
It doesn't work for everybody. I think it's best for Dolph to go somewhere else right now for a year.
Yeah, he's doing great. He's doing great. Ali is too. Ali is
Ali is having a generational run.
Did y'all see that promo he cut at the New Japan World the other night?
Yes.
I didn't get a chance to see it. But
Yo.
I heard y'all talking about it though.
Look.
That shit fired me up, bro.
That man having a generational run.
He's on some, I'm out here doing this. I'm out here changing the world of pro wrestling. I'm the first TNA X Division champion on the cover of the so-and-so, and all y'all want to do is talk about broken fucking glass. Like, and that Jack Perry and CM Punk shit, like, like, it was so fire. It was such a great promo, man.
Honest.
Right.
Honest.
He killed it.
Yeah, honest promo.
And he's having fire matches. Matter of fact, he's got a match in United Pro. It's a league based out of North Carolina. He's debuting out there next weekend, I think.
Ali, I already hit you up for the interview, man. Before you dropped that video, you said you wasn't doing interviews yet. You doing interviews now, my guy? Like you want to pull up the 3T space?
We need it, man. We got to talk to you. Ali, pull up, chop it up with us. Matter of fact, we do got some dope interviews coming up too. I might actually start bringing them live in here too, with permission of whoever we bring on. Start bringing the interviews live in here, so y'all can ask these people questions too. I'm actually going to be emailing my man from AEW today, see if they're trying to get a quick one last promo push for pay-per-views for Dynasty this coming Sunday. How y'all feeling about Dynasty, by the way? They announced who they announced. Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson, Okada and Pac.
That's what I forgot.
Oh,
let me tell you something.
Oh,
I saw you idiots on the internet talk about Okada this, Okada mid, Okada something like that. All right, okay. Wait till after Dynasty.
Just watch.
I ain't even gotta say. Watch him cook.
That match is gonna be insane.
Y'all called my man the Drizzle Maker.
What?
Hey, yo.
They didn't say. They said my man's not the Rainmaker. They called him the Drizzle Maker.
That might deserve a pause, honestly.
That's crazy. I just telling you what I see on the internet.
That's wild.
That's insane.
Oh, yeah, this must see Swerve versus Samoa Joe.
Swerve versus Joe.
That's gonna be good.
My only thing about that match can't end clean. I don't want to see Joe lose that title. I don't want to see Swerve lose. I feel like Hangman's got to come in and cause a disqualification or something. Ruin the fucking match.
How many matches have Hangman and Swerve had?
3. And the thing about it is that blood fleet, that drinking the blood and shit, that should have been the end of that rivalry. They should have moved on after that.
I don't know what they're gonna. If he comes, that's what I was gonna say. If he comes out and costs them that belt, what are they gonna do?
I don't know, but
because those two, the escalation is gonna be like that man drunk his blood,
right?
So what's the next escalation? They're gonna be removing limbs.
I just would much rather see Swerve win that championship in Wembley. Somewhere like Wembley.
I was just about to ask. I was just about to ask about that. I was like, damn, like they ain't want Swerve to win it last time. They don't want Swerve to win it this time.
And plus, what's the name? Just got the belt in December, and it is 4 months.
Yeah, I mean,
this is Samoa fucking Joe we talking about. This ain't no little nigga.
I agree. I'm just saying. Are you? How long do we have to wait for Wembley?
August.
Oof.
That's close. I mean, I guess you could put him in one more program with Adam Page.
It's just I thought that they were. I honestly thought they were going to give Joe a little bit more leash to do a little bit more, like a good 2-month feud with somebody else before we really ramp things up with Swerve and let Swerve take the. Like I thought we're going to let Swerve take the belt at Wembley.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
maybe they're setting up Wembley for Ospreay to win.
You think Ospreay going to take the belt off Swerve?
Possible. That home court, I mean, is possible. Or maybe if Joe wins, it goes to Ospreay Joe at in Wembley.
Maybe.
Let's not forget one key factor here too. Eventually, MJF is coming back, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be back before Wembley.
I think MJF is going to be the opening of that Chaos door we're talking about. I think he's going to pop up on WWE. That's not going to happen, but that's a hot take.
Now the pictures did pop up of him in Philly last week.
I think he's gonna pop up on WWE and then pop up on AEW in the same week.
On some Rick Rude shit.
On some Rick Rude shit. Correct. But not on some I changed team shit. On some I'm the one who
do what I want to shit.
Yeah.
What you say, Malik?
I said so. He is still signed to AEW, like for long period of time. Like what's up?
It's not. I mean, info hasn't came out. But from what I understand, he secretly resigned. But it's up in the air right now. Nobody really knows, I guess, officially except them, you know. Yeah. But I would love to see MJF pop up in WWE. I would. The fact that just the way he would bury the shit out of LA Knight. Those promo battles would be insane, and LA Knight would not win those promo battles. I'm
He's
sorry.
shooting at my man LA right now. Yeah, but I don't think you know if you really ready for the smoke he gonna give.
MJF is gonna just say some wild, disrespectful shit to make motherfuckers not care about whatever LA Knight is talking about. Yeah,
you think
nobody?
Hey,
nah.
All right, you know, we'll see though. We'll see though. I think if they do just give Joe 4 months, you know, I maybe I don't know how. Like you said, maybe it'll end dirty. Hopefully, it ends dirty, and we can keep Joe going for a little bit longer and give Swerve that moment at Wembley.
Yeah, because Swerve has been Swerve's the reason I got back into AEW heavy. Because Swerve has been cooking this last year, man. Absolutely on fire. At first I was watching as a hater because I was like, what is this guy doing this fucking dance for? Then I found myself doing that fucking dance.
Crazy.
Because I swerve when I drive. But so we had some special guests that were supposed to be coming through, but we got to go ahead and wrap this thing up. I do want to go ahead and make this announcement real quick, though. We will have more details on it soon. People, we're coming to your TV screens, not just your phone screens and all that, not just your YouTubes. We're coming to Roku and Apple TV and more through the Wrestling Society Network. Big shout out to them. I think this video actually is going to be up there as well. But like I said, they were supposed to come up and talk about it before we close the show out. They didn't get it in time. They didn't get the message in time. But we'll have more details. They will be coming on to talk about it a lot more. But before we go to, matter of fact, let me big face this. Big shout to my man Johnny Dirt Sheet, man. John, I appreciate you so much. Of course, he's the founder of Dirt Sheet Radio, giving us this space, giving us this opportunity. Dirt Sheet has been my go-to for wrestling news for years, y'all. I had no idea who John was, but I knew exactly what the fuck Dirt Sheet Radio was. So I'm really excited to be a part of all this. I'm excited to be in this group. I'm excited to be one of their creators. You know what I mean? John, to allow me to even do this blows me away. So big shout to Johnny Dirt Sheet. Make sure y'all check out Dirt Sheet Radio on comicbookclick.com too. That's a lot. This group is amazing. Everybody in this group has great. I see a lot of crazy stuff being said in this group sometimes, but wrestling. I mean, everybody has differences, opinions on our fantasy booking and stuff like that. But it's the passion that we have as wrestling fans to do this. You know, that's why we get so heated and go at each other about this stuff. But it's all because we love this thing we call wrestling. You know what I mean? I'm literally sitting here, a grown ass man with a John Cena shirt on. That's how much I love wrestling. All right. You can't see me. The man you can't see. But yeah, you guys got anything for us before we get out of here?
The Knicks are the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. So all the haters out there, just letting you know, Jalen Brunson dropped 40.
Again.
Argue with your mother.
Again.
Word. So guys, this is going to be an every Sunday thing. Every Sunday that we're all available, we will be here doing 3NT on DSR Live. And like I said, we're going to be having some special guests come through. From time to time, we might even send y'all the invite. If y'all want to come up and talk some shit on 3NT, you are absolutely more than welcome to. We might roast you just a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. We going to need that top 5.
We're going to need that top 5.
Top 5, yep.
And make sure y'all stay tuned for them top 5 Thursdays coming too. A lot more of that coming away. It's 3NT Wrestling, man. Get to know us. We are here. You feel me? Once again, though, do me a favor. Follow me on Instagram at The Danny Ocean Show. Make sure you follow. Why is that thing not scrolling across the screen as it should be? Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at 3NT Wrestling. We're going to be doing some giveaways. Once we hit 500 likes on our pages, we're giving away copies of WWE 2K24 just so we can beat your ass online. Because we're petty like that.
You get jumped.
You're
going to get jumped like Drake. And
3-on-1 matches.
Like Drake.
But we appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said, every Sunday, guys, you want to go ahead and shout yourselves out? What you got going on?
Yo, people, you can find me everywhere. VONK252, VonK252 on all your social media. Also, you can find me also on Snapchat, VONK on air. That is my Snapchat name. As far as other things, be looking out. I'm going to be posting the link. I might give it some time, maybe in a couple of months or so, but be on the lookout because I will be promoting my comic book that I've been writing for years. I'm going to start releasing images of it very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Yeah. This good stuff.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Hell yeah.
Well, Matthew Malik Wilson, Facebook and Instagram. I'm back in Twitter. It's still a cesspool, but I'm back. Your future fave SC. And make sure you guys follow MLBbro.com. If you are baseball fans, our players this year are going crazy and making names for themselves. Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton. Trust me, a lot of players that you didn't know were in the MLB are actually black and killing it right now. Cedric Mullins hit a home run earlier. And plus, if you follow us on Twitter, them highlights that you see, yeah, that's your boy posting those. So come support us, man. I would definitely appreciate it. Of course, I'm going to be on Dirt Sheet Radio. John, I don't got no love for you after what you said about CM Punk last week. I was talking to you in the chat about it earlier. Salute to John. Man, you see me on NXT recaps on Tuesdays, SmackDown recaps on Fridays, and with my boys on Sundays. So y'all already know what it is. Nick's Tape.
Yes, sir. And once again, guys, we are doing a watch party and live podcast for Backlash France out here in New Bern, North Carolina, Eastern North Carolina. Make sure you pull up on us. It's actually going to be free to get in if you're 21 and up. There's a little surcharge if you're under 21 because, you can't drink. We can't make money off you. Come on now. Right. But no, man, appreciate y'all. Hopefully we see you at the watch party. Other than that, we see y'all next Sunday. Peace. Yeah. The 3 ski.